Hi, good morning. It's Monday morning. I'm on my way to Mocklingen, and if you think like you just know that from sports, you're 100% right, because there's the Mocklingen Trainertagung from Swiss Athletics. This means they bring, I don't know, like 300 coaches. Gonna do a keynote and 2 workshops today and tomorrow. Look at the view back here, it's so nice. Like 5 minutes ago, people sometimes ask me, and I'm not talking now like an influencer, like everyone is asking me, but a few people are asking me, how do you prepare for a keynote? Like, so I'm doing a 1-hour talk, and of course it's always the same about Generation Z, digital marketing. First of all, is prepare your story. This means think about a storyline which will provide you kind of a framework through the whole talk, where you have a lot of points where you anchor your story, where you know, okay, here's one main point I need to go, here's another point, here's another point. So when you know the main points of your story, in my case this would be how to explain Generation Z, you have to think about what are the main 4 or 5 points that you need to deliver to today's audience. Make sure you know what they want to know, and especially what do they know already and what do they not know. When I'm talking to a creative agency and talk about marketing trends in 2020, of course I can start with Snapchat, I can talk about video marketing and everything. And there are sessions where they have no idea exactly what social media is exactly all about, and what really native advertising or whatever is, so stuff like this.
I'm just going over again some slides, because especially at the end there are some completely new slides I just did for today, so I want to know exactly what I'm talking about there. As I told you, 5 points, then I'm going to present you like point number 3 is actually to start the talk before the talk actually starts. This means do not just go on stage and start talking. Maybe already interact with a few key people before the event, and maybe you can already ask some questions to people that are in the audience, so maybe you get a feeling of how they're feeling, what have they heard already, maybe what they're interested in. Maybe even that's the best thing, if you hear like a story or like you get a point of someone, you can also kind of connect directly to someone in the audience. Like you can say like during the talk, like, yeah, and as Andreas just told me 10 minutes ago, this is actually also a thing that you're discussing a lot, right? And everyone will say, yeah, right, exactly. That's a good point. So that's always important to maybe just get a few details in before the talk. And tip number 4 is when you start your presentation, start it in a proud and loud way. Don't like go shy, like, okay, good morning everyone, thank you very much. Like open with a personal statement, open with a short story that you maybe just had with someone that you were talking before. That's from point number 3. Like make a point, be human, be emotional, be very motivated for this next 60 minutes. Just be yourself, but like be motivated and be proud in what you do. It's pretty funny, they split up all the participants into the generations of Baby Boomer, Gen X, Gen Y and Gen Z, and now they're playing like a quiz and like some competition games. I mean, they even had to make it very professional with like referees and it's so crazy, everyone is so competitive. So in this case, it's super easy to make some reference during your speech, because I was just listening to some quiz stuff and now I can implement it into the keynote.
Meine Damen und Herren, auch von unserer Seite ein ganz herzliches Willkommen bei der Mocklingen Trainertagung 2019. Wir begrüßen ganz herzlich hier auf der Bühne Yannick Blättler.
Weil eben nicht nur eine Generation mit ein paar neuen Inhalten kommt, sondern eben eine Generation daherkommt, die in einem komplett neuen Kontext aufgewachsen ist. Übrigens, ich kenne jemanden, der hat die sogenannte Senior E-Sports Liga gegründet. Da darf man nicht dabei sein, ab 40 Jahre alt. Und das ist relativ cool. Also falls Sie über 40 Jahre sind und gerne gamen möchten, Senior E-Sports. Und das führt Aus meiner Sicht dieser Kontext, das ist wieder der Kontext, den ich am Anfang aufgezeigt habe, zu diesen drei Bedürfnissen und diesen Verhaltensweisen. Das meine ich.
Ready?
Ja. Alles gut, ja, ich meine, ich bin da. Bin auch nachher noch da. Am Abend auch noch beim Abendessen. Ja, also wenn du wirklich die ganz Jungen anschaust, dann hast du eine hohe Verbreitung, vor allem in den USA und in der UK und in der Schweiz auch schon. Wir haben aber gefragt, das waren, ich sag mal, 13- bis 24-Jährige und da war TikTok ungefähr bei 20%, die gesagt haben, ich habe dort ein Profil. Und bei Snapchat und Instagram war es halt doch irgendwo so bei 85-90%. Also schon nochmal viel höher. Jetzt, das heißt aber nicht, dass es bedeutungslos ist, sondern ich würde sagen, wir machen die gleiche Umfrage jetzt im November, Dezember nochmal. Ich gehe davon aus, dass wir definitiv höher sein und wird sich weiterentwickeln. Die Frage ist jetzt, ist TikTok das neue Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook? Kann sein, aktuell ist sehr, sehr viel auf dem richtigen Weg. Aber es kann sein, dass irgendjemand ein ähnliches Feature kopiert von TikTok, so wie das bei Snapchat und Instagram der Fall war. Sorry, jetzt werde ich sehr technisch, vielleicht denkt ihr jetzt, das interessiert uns überhaupt nicht. Aber dann kann das kippen. Oder vielleicht setzt sich TikTok durch, weil sie neue Features dazu tun. Kann gut kommen, aber ist aktuell wirklich Unterhaltung. Alright. Talk is done, lunch is done, workshop is done, and now I just came into my room. Pretty cute. Little bed, little desk. A little bathroom. So the timing is like this. I'm working a little bit, then we have dinner and some award gala, dinner, whatever, ceremony. I don't know, I was invited, so that's cool. Tomorrow again, another workshop in the morning. So I'm back. It was a great evening, very interesting. They had some trainers that got awarded with the Trainer of the Year award, and they got a lifetime award, the Swiss Olympic Lifetime Award. They had Adolf Oki as a laudatio speaker for the Lifetime Award. And yeah, good dinner, good talks with a lot of random people that I met there, obviously. So, good morning. It's Tuesday. So. There must be something in the... And I have to say, they really did a very good job on organizing this event, like very professional. So this is the room for the second workshop. As you want, we even have a full concert piano here. Okay, back at the office. Second run of the workshop was also very good. There's a print center in our office building, and I asked them if they can print like a master's thesis for me, because I have to hand it in until next week, or like until the 18th of November. So she said yes, she can do that, but she needs the whole thing until Wednesday. Today's Tuesday, so tomorrow in a week. This means probably a lot of coffee and a lot of writing, so let's get this challenge started. And the fifth point I just realized I forgot to tell you in the main video is when you're on stage, also include the audience and also say sometimes like, yeah, that's something you probably already know, or maybe you have heard about that, or this is nothing new to you. So you kind of think about also for the audience, because the problem is the audience would start thinking like, why is this young dude thinking we don't know that, and why is he thinking he's so important? With this you can do, like, you can get out a lot of tension when you're speaking, so you're actually saying like, yeah, I know that you know already some points, but here are maybe some new points that are important for the future discussions.